Hello beautiful ladies and welcome to today's video. I want to talk about discount makeup. I'm one of those girls who would love to walk into Sephora and buy everything in the store, but I can't really because it's just really expensive, so most of my makeup is drugstore. I decided the other day to go to Marshall's and see if I could find any of their higher end makeup for cheaper prices. So what I ended up finding was the Anastasia Subculture palette, which was a big deal was it even a year ago or a few months ago? But it was just a big hullabaloo about it because people were criticizing it, saying that it was too powdery, that the formula was muddy. I was interested in trying it and I wasn't going to spend $45 just to get something that wasn't great. So I went to Marshall's and I found this and it was $19, which was so great. And I figured that this would be a good opportunity for me to actually try it and see for myself whether it was good without shelling out $45. I'm thinking about making this into a series where I go into Marshall's or TJ Maxx and find high-end makeup for discounted prices and then trying it on camera. I know I'm a little bit late to the game because this has been reviewed so many times, but I think that maybe I'll have something to offer. Let's pop this baby open. I will say I did use this once, but I haven't used all the shades. So what I did realize when I was using it is that people are kind of right. The shadows are powdery. So if you go in with one brush and you like push in really hard, then powder is gonna go everywhere. If you know that in advance, you'll know to go in with the right amount of pressure. I don't know if this would be great to travel with just because I don't know how sturdy the eyeshadows are, but the packaging is really cute. I will say that. This is what it looks like. This is what the inside looks like. So you've only got two shimmer shades. I suppose you've got two shimmer shades, one that's a satin, and then a bunch of matte shades. And they're in a bunch of colors that aren't super normal, so I know that if you're somebody who's into the natural look, this wouldn't really be your shadow palette. But for somebody who likes to experiment, I think that this could be kind of fun. So I'm gonna go in with some of the more interesting shades. Let's get started. I zoomed you guys in and we're gonna get started with a transition shade, which means a lighter shade that you put all over the lid to help everything else blend out. So I'm gonna start with Dawn, that's this shade, and it's like a little bit of a lightish brown, close to my skin tone, but it's gonna be a little bit deeper. I'm gonna start with a big fluffy brush and I'm just gonna go all over the lid with it. And you can see immediately I go in and there's just powder. So it is powdery. Let's get these creases out of my concealer. And we're just gonna put that all over the eyelid and just kind of do windshield wiper motions back and forth just to help that blend out. Now let's go in with the shade Destiny, which is kind of like a camo green. It's right here. I'm gonna go in with a slightly smaller fluffy brush. Ooh, this is powdery. So I'm gonna tap off some of the excess. And I'm just gonna put this in on the outer edge. Wow, so this is super pigmented. You can see I immediately touched my eye and like all of a sudden I have all of this color just deposited right where I put the brush. As soon as I put the brush down with the color, it's a little bit hard to blend it out from where I originally placed the color, which is a little bit hard because you don't want it to look patchy, which I feel like this kind of does. The color's pretty and it is unique. It's not something you're gonna get in every palette, so that's a good thing. I'm going to now take Untamed, which is a little bit more of a forest green right here. And I'm just gonna take a little pencil brush and I'm gonna go into the outer V of my eye just a little bit more specifically to darken that up. So this color isn't as powdery. Now that may be because I'm going in with a brush that's like densely packed. So it's not gonna be hitting it in a way that's gonna spread the powder everywhere. This does come on a little bit patchy, but again, I'm not using a brush that's meant for blending. This is really just for placing the color. So I'm gonna go back into Destiny and I'm gonna use that on a fluffy brush to blend this out. I think you can tell I'm having a bit of a hard time getting an even blend over my eyes, but I do like the colors. I think that the colors are really pretty. And maybe with just a little bit more time in blending it would work well. So I'm not gonna write it off just yet. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the color Axis, that's this kind of teal blue on the end here, and I'm going to take it on an angled brush and put that under the lash line. Very, very pigmented. Just immediately I notice as I put this on the eye, very pigmented. And I'll say that about all the colors, even though they're all powdery, they're very, very pigmented. Like as soon as I touch my eye, I'm getting a full amount of color. I don't have to build it up. And now I'm gonna blend that out with a small brush using Dawn again. So Dawn is, this is a good technique just generally, is you have your transition shade and then you use it to blend out all the other colors that you're going to be putting on your eyes, because trying to blend out dark colors with darkness is just not gonna really work and it's gonna make things look really messy. But going in with a lighter color to help blend can really make a difference. Cool, so now we've dealt with all of the matte shades I'm going to use in this look, and I'm going to now go into, what do you guys think, electric or adorn? Maybe both. I'm again just going to go on my finger and I'm going to pat this all over the lid, but I'm going to stop before I get to the outer V so that we can keep that color green really just showing. That's a really pretty shade. It's a little bit more orange for a bronze than you see, and I like that. I like that it has this kind of gold undertone. Now I'm gonna take electric on a small shadow brush, and electric is this shade here. It's a duochrome of like lime green and bronze and gold. I'm gonna put this right along the inside corner. Wow. That's a lot of lime green, oh my gosh, I didn't expect that. Whoa. So that's crazy. Let me explain why. Applying a shimmer shadow, for me, is almost inevitably gonna look better when I do it with just my fingertip. But this went on so beautifully, like heavy, like you can see the color with a brush, which never happens. So that's super cool. I was not going for this intense of a look today, but I guess this is happening. Last but not least, I'm gonna go in with Cube, which is this shade here. It's this white shade. I think it's duochrome. Yeah, it's duochrome with like a little bit of a pink purple undertone. Those are all the shadows, so I'm just gonna finish up my eyes and we'll be right back. Okay guys, so that's the finished look. I put on a winged liner and I put on some mascara. My final thoughts on this palette are that it's not worth $45. There's things about it that make it feel high-end, right? The color selection is just really cool, and the shimmers are amazing, but they don't blend out that well, and then they're really powdery, so it's a little bit like nerve-wracking to work with. I think $20, okay? Like, I'm glad I have it, because for $20, I won't get these colors probably anywhere else, but I wouldn't spend $45. So let me know down in the comments what you guys think. Have you tried the Subculture palette? What was your opinion on it? Have you bought makeup from Marshalls and TJ Maxx before that you thought was like discounted and was worth it? Do you guys like the idea of me doing a series? Just let me know. And please subscribe to my channel, ring the bell to get notifications, check out my blog, my Instagram, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye!